with Boosie. Boosie is did an interview with Carisha, and he talking about his daughter, bro.
Carisha, please.
Carisha, please.
Wow. Okay, here we go.
Oh, everything. Let's fire.
And this is life after the diddler shit.
Yeah, I think so, bro.
Oh wow. Okay, look at her.
Let's fire it up.
Why she's wrong? Because I don't want it to contaminate her other. It's a generation we raise. I don't want her to get contaminated to her other 6, 7 sisters who look up to her. I want them to bring me grandchildren the right way.
Crazy.
If I want grandchildren the right way, that's what I'm gonna stand on. You know, if I don't want my other little girl to look at that and say, "What's that, Daddy?" To somebody she looks up to, it's not gonna come around. My grandpa didn't let it. My daddy didn't let it. And I didn't let it. I just hope the one under me, when they take this throne, they don't let it. Because that's not what our family believe in. Like you say, we Southern Baptists. You know, I love me and my daughter relationship like this. But when she understands everything, she know Daddy don't go, she know. But that's what she chooses to do. But she know we don't go, we don't go for that.
Man, I really don't even know where to start for real, because this ain't even my character. I don't really be getting on here and giving y'all what y'all want. But I feel like my daddy want me to give y'all what y'all want, and he want me to give him what he want as well. Okay, so he always speaking on my sexuality. The whole world know that. And it been about 2 years now that I'll be quiet. I keep quiet on it and say nothing. You know, I just go with the flow. I did everything in my power to understand that this is my father, regardless. Like, I'm gonna accept him and love him for who he is. So, I just seen he recently did an interview with Carisha, and he used the word contaminating. And putting my siblings in it with that. If you know me, so mad. If you know me, I love and respect my siblings with everything in me. And they respect me and love me with everything in them. When you getting on their nerves, I'm who they call. My siblings, most of my siblings, teenagers. Teenagers you don't want to let grow up. But okay. Another thing. You keep speaking on me gay. You keep doing interviews and I don't say nothing, right? The first ever interview you did, you said you found out I was gay that I like girls and I had a girlfriend from a picture that went viral. That was a lie. I let that slide. I never addressed it. You found out I was gay a year before that. The incident happened in Jamaica when I was a gay B-word. When you called me a gay B-word. So if the world really knew all the things and the hurtful things you told me before, and I forgave you, you wouldn't even understand. And no matter how you feel, at the end of the day, nigga, I'm your blood. I am your daughter. It's like the whole world can go against you, but I won't. I never downplayed you. I never said you was a bad father, because you're not. You gonna make sure your kids straight. You always gonna do that. But emotionally, mentally, you suck. You suck, bruh. And I know you suck with that because you rather go to the internet and have a conversation with the internet about your kids before you come to us and have that conversation. He done did about 6, 7 interviews about me being gay, right? We not never have, he never not have one sit down with me, myself, just him and Aviana, and ask me why you became that way, Fat. What triggered you? What he is? It never been that. Every answer, every question y'all asking him, and he giving y'all them answers. If I go ask him that, he wouldn't give me an answer. You know what I'm saying? He don't.
Okay, I know that video was a little long. Yeah, that's Boosie's daughter. Relly. That's Boosie's daughter. So I know the video was a little long, but this just came up, and it's been an issue, like she said, in on the social media and on the internet for a long time. You know what I mean? They've been going back and forth, and it was just something that caught me. When I watched the video. Shout out to Urban Politicians, to UPT TV. That's who I got the video from. But
Yeah.
give me your thoughts on the little thing we just seen, bro.
Well, what disappoints me is because as a father that has 3 daughters myself, you know what I mean, and a son, and just like to outright alienate one of the children, that's just wild to me. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
That the whole contamination thing, because clearly he values his Southern Baptist upbringing, but it's also just a part of his homophobia from that generation. You know what I mean? That generation is very homophobic. You know what I mean? I mean, we grew up that way where it was like, you know what I mean? Like the growing up in the 90s, like, you know what I'm saying? Like even in Frisco, you had a whole area where, you know what I mean, the LGBTs were at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Versus like nowadays, everyone's intertwined. Like, you feel me? Like he's what disappoints me with Boosie as well is like he's young enough to be able to adapt. He's not one of these like 60-year-olds or 70-year-olds that are already super in their ways and you're not gonna tell them like, you know, they on that, you know, Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and you know what I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, and then like his whole where it becomes about himself, where he's like, I want my grandbabies, you know what I mean, and this, you know what I mean, just this whole, you know,
I agree with
it's
you.
disappointing.
No, it
is. I mean, especially he's a public figure, and he's very aware of the LGBTQ community, and like, and that was basically the new civil rights movement. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that was the modern day civil rights movement, like from back in the. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you on that stance. And then I mean, like how you said about his or like how he said, you know, he's a Southern Baptist, you know, the old, you know, his grandfather, his father, they wouldn't allow that, you know.
Exactly. But he went right back to the traditions that he grew up on, you know what I'm saying? Because, and for lack of a better term, it is very homophobic, because like, you know, they would discriminate if he was gay, you know what I mean? In any
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I mean, that's why I related to the civil rights movement. It's basically the new civil rights movement, because the LGBTQ community, they weren't, you know, necessarily being they're getting the same treatment, you know what I mean, so to speak, you know, kind of how the blacks and other minorities were, you know what I'm saying, like back in the day, and still going through it today, you know what I mean, like
going through it, it ain't
going
never.
The LGBTQs, they just got a super loud voice. Now this is why I'm getting back to the internet shit. Why I'm disappointed in Boosie. He's like, you're a public figure. Like, they could fucking destroy you too. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be well enough that, you know, these beliefs that you have, you might not be sharing these certain things. You know what I mean? Like, look at now, it's even affecting his daughter straight up. Like, oh, he talk about me, but won't talk about it to me. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
just deep. And he over here like kind of alienating his daughter. Like, oh, don't, you contaminated. Go over there. Lord bless you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're forsaken. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing right there. Like, if we gonna get religious about it, I understand where he's coming from. You know, the way that he said it definitely was the wrong way going about it. 100%. You know what I mean? But
it's also, he has a virality to his nature, right? He's really good at this. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, he could have said any other word. He uses contaminated, viral.
Right, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying he's built like this. He's been
100%
for the last 10 years. We know Boosie about these interviews more than his music in the last 10 years.
No, 100%. No, them is facts, and he knows that as well. He knows how this game works, because he's a professional at.
And I don't like how he's using his daughter's expense, even. You know what I mean?
Now,
and
see,
like he probably feels like he's insecure if he always has to bring it up. Like, well, you know, she said it best. Like, I'm your daughter. Like, you're supposed to love me. Like,
I'm your blood.
Yeah, unconditional love
on everything. And
I
mean, that's like what he's doing. You know what I mean? Because, you know,
he's insecure what other people think. You know what I mean?
Right. And she says that they really never had that conversation really about that. You know what I mean? So I hope he just doesn't pick at that to, you know what I mean, to get the conversation started on the fucking internet 100%. And that's what's so fucked up, because also when she said, you know, in that clip, bruh, she says, man, I love and accept him for who he is 100%. And you know, that's what kind of resonated so much with me, is like, nigga, you know, you could say, because in the community, you know what I mean, it is a generational thing. We just seen him say that his daddy and his grandfather wouldn't allow that. Now here it is. He's still trying to push the same mentality in the same ways that other generations had way before 2024, 100%. Even though he might not agree with it and what she do, especially because he say he believe in whatever he believe in 100%. And I understand that. And that's my beliefs. But nigga, I got in my family, I got blood family. I got family that's by love. That's, you know what I mean, on the LGBT, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that don't mean nothing. 100%.
It really don't. I mean, shout out to them.
No, 100%.
Hey, look, I'm not going to a vegetarian and be like, I don't go to a vegetarian and be like, stay away. I'm a meat eater. Pause. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. Motherfuckers have preferences. They just, like, it's just like any other. Like, I would imagine if there was a gay woman who was like hollering at a straight woman, if she might have felt uncomfortable. If not, she might have felt flattered or something. Who knows, right? That same thing. But then you put it with a gay man and a straight man from the eras that we grew up in, like that shit, motherfuckers would be mortified. They might even like try to do harm and shit because that's the type of fucking, that's the type of extremes it was for the longest of how the homophobia was in those generations, bro. Like I hate that I said that word a lot, but then I'm just like, that's the only way to describe it. Like,
facts. I mean, you hear stories of, or you didn't seen like shows and shit and how it be dramatized to where a motherfucker, the parents are trying to beat that shit out of them, or they didn't been trying to
shock therapy,
weird shit to get that
they
shit
had shock
out
therapy
of them,
before, bro.
But also, little mama said that she say in her own words, like, you ain't asked me what triggered me to be this way, what made me want to go this way, shit like that, you know what I mean? And communication is so much the key, but in the community as well, sometimes when we try and talk about shit, it goes straight to yelling, you know what I mean? And that's not how you get shit worked out, talked out in the whole shit.
Get straight to check-in.
100%, and that's probably...
And then look at this too, bro. Like she says in there, we're always going to be straight. You always got it straight. But, he been in and out of prison. He always on the road. You know what I'm saying? He might not have really been around like that outside of his money being around to make sure they're secure, quote unquote. But like she said, yeah, but not mentally. Like, you know what I mean? And so he wouldn't, it might have been, he might be upset too, just realizing when she come out that, she's gay. And then he's like, he feel like, damn, how did this happen? It's like that realization probably hit him hard. Like, oh, I wasn't around.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
I might have provided and all this shit.
So it's on his conscience, like you said.
Remember, you would throw them parties and have like 50 naked women running around, bro. Remember, it used to be like topless, like mandatory. Remember that shit? Throw parties like that.
That's when his first Instagram was cracking, because he's had multiple Instagrams and they be taking his Instagrams from him.
But bro, they were doing like the cucumber challenges and shit, bro. Like this guy he was throwing them crazy. Like, see, you know what's funny is once the Diddy started popping up, I'm not talking about like he's in some Diddy shit like that, but I'm talking about like, yeah, he was definitely doing them like publicized like mass for like, orgies and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, if this is an environment that your kid was around too, you know what I mean? Like,
no facts.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Hey, show each one, teach one, and sometimes they're learning just by watching. You know what I mean?
The apple don't fall too far from the tree, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So and the fact that he's trying to project it all onto her, like it's some issue that she has outside of all. He said she got 7 sisters. You know what I mean? Like
the contaminated word, like that.
Yeah,
like
that was wild,
now, bro. Really? Oh, everything.
Yeah, that kind of made me not like Boosie. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That
kind of made me not like him right there because he was always like a good example of this hood motherfucker. I mean, I think he still is, but somebody who just came up, he really just taking care of his family, and like, you know what I mean, like, fucking have 6 baby moms or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Just having them all. They all live there too, and they have all their.
They all got their own house,
apartments.
They all got everything. Facts. He
has whole big ass land.
She said
Boozieville.
Boozieville on my mama. And she said, no matter what, you gonna make sure your kids is straight for sure. You know what I mean? It's just
financially.
No, 100% on everything, but the
mentally. And look, and that's sad.
I like that sometimes, you know what I mean? I know, sometimes you just fall victim to your everyday thing. Yo, just going. And see, mine's is of that age as well, too. 23, feeling the hardships of life, the ups and downs, you know what I mean, of being an adult. 100%. I got to make sure I get in and just make sure that I tap in and how your day was, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Yeah.
So that shit, man, this shit get rough. And, you know, you don't never want none of your babies to feel like they out there on their own, you know what I mean? And she's on this motherfucking social saying, I don't even want to do this. We need to have this talk between me and you. We don't need to go to the net for our shit, man. And you know, like you led off at the beginning, this is his way of trying to get the conversation started, which it really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he want to talk to everybody else about it in defense of his own insecurities, because, like, you know, there's probably people that are saying, like, if you know, there's other people that are probably saying the same shit. She probably was exposed to all kind of that freaky shit and this and that. And you know, that she might like women because of the way you know, portrayed women and how you just kind of had them around as, like, you know what I mean? You know, like, you never know. There could be elements that, and then he's like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm Boosie badass. You know what I mean?
I know.
I raised my kids, goddamn it, like the Southern Baptist way.
And the main thing is
just supposed to be.
No, facts.
You're gonna give me my grandchildren. Oh no, don't even say it. Don't. Dad is talking. You know how it be?
Yeah.
A motherfucker just get to checking, and then, like, don't even say nothing on the internet. And she even said, I didn't say nothing for 2 years, and now you just, that one hurt her though. Like, that was fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually proud of her for coming out to say that shit. Maybe that'll make Boosie a better person.
100%.
You know what I mean? Because, man, that's fucked up.
And that's the thing, bro. It's like, you know, the saying is communication rule the nation. 100%, man. If we can get better with communicating with each other and talking this shit out without raising our voices, and, you know what I mean? Of course, the emotion gonna come out when it's a serious ass conversation, but being able to dial some of this shit back and listen to a motherfucker when they talking instead of just, you know what I mean? Let's go ahead and see if we can really have a conversation about this shit, especially if it ain't really been talked about never before. You know what I mean? 100%. So, I just hope they can get their shit together, because, you know what I mean? She seemed like, nigga, no matter what, of how much hurt she feel, she 10 toes, nigga. That's my pop, nigga. I love you, nigga. I accept you, nigga, and the whole shit, nigga. Why I just can't get the same feeling back, my nigga?
Man, like, okay, this is like completely like different, like context wise, but like when we first moved up out here out of the Bay, and, you know, my daughter, she in high school, all her friends that she been, like, you know, knowing for like years, you know what I mean? And I you know, I mean, in her version, I ripped her away from all her friends and moved her out here. And, like, first year was like semi-tough for her, you know what I mean? And she was like, you know, it was like, you know, she's a very sociable person, but here she is at this new school and she don't really have no friends in the beginning. And then, like, she just wouldn't talk to me. She'd be mad, and she would vent to my girl and not tell me shit. And then, like, I just felt naked, bro. Like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? And then, like, I'd try to talk to her about it. And then, like, she would get really fucking mad. It's like, oh, you know, this and that, my friends, and I don't know anybody out here, and this and that. I'm like, damn, like, you know, because then I'm like, I'm looking at her like, you're hella resilient. You're going to be all right. High school is like a blip. You know what I mean? And I'm telling her, too, like, you know, I'm not saying in that fashion. I'm saying, like, you want to see your friends? Get your license then. Do good in school. We'll get you a fucking car. You can drive your ass down to San Jose. You know what I mean? And then, like, but Steve, even before all that, you know, she ain't talking to me. So I'm like, and then my girl's like, she want to go down to San Jose, and your mom's going down there. I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I started letting her do things where, like, all right, I trust her. And then, like, every morning when she would leave for school, I'd always be like, have a good day. And I'm just doing this for years. Have a good day. Love you. She's ignore me. But see, this past year, now been here for a year and some change, and she got some homegirls, and they be chilling, and they be mobbing around, seeing this place more than me since I moved here. Right. And then, you know what I mean? Now she's leaving the house. I'm like, have a good day. And she's like, thanks. I'm like, oh, shit. She's acknowledging me again. You know what I mean? But it was a long while where she was really fucking hot at me, bro. And, like, that shit didn't feel good. You know what I mean? She's my oldest, but she's still my baby. And so that's what really upsets me with this whole thing with Boosie. It's like, bro, what the fuck, man? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, everything.
Like, because you provided so much that don't, like, imagine that. Like, he provides so much, so he's expecting for them to be grateful for it. But then also, but that doesn't mean that they can't like
Be they self.
be who they are.
Yeah, because they definitely grateful for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They, you know, except for I ain't gonna say except, but
The
little
little
what's the
man?
little one name that be hanging out with T.I. son?
With T.I. son, and then they so privileged and they want to be from the hood so bad.
Bro, they just had a whole bunch of guns at their video shoot.
Oh my God. You see, you got to put like a disclaimer. These guns are all props.
Oh my
But
God.
see, you know why they don't do that? Because they want to be with this shit
They
so
want to be
bad.
with the shit, bro.
It's like, yo, you're Pop.